like to welcome everybody to the Edcamp.
Yeah.
It's vocabulary. E to the D, C to the A, M to the P. Let's go.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dan Callahan, and I am part of a vast international conspiracy to destroy traditional professional development models. Thanks. Back in May 2010, with some friends and I put together a professional development event that we called Edcamp. Unlike traditional events, we decided that we are going to make this something that was completely free to attend. It was going to be run on democratic principles, and it was going to have an agenda that was driven by the participants. When the people walked into Edcamp, they were confronted by a completely blank schedule board. They were very confused. We gave them a challenge. You have 1 hour to create an amazing day of learning for yourselves and those around you. Feel free to question each other. Feel free to challenge each other. Please make sure that you share your knowledge. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that that hour was probably one of the most magical of my entire teaching career, and especially more so than any kind of professional development that I had ever been in up until that point. In 60 minutes, those people came up with more than 20 phenomenal sessions covering new tools and interesting ideas and teaching techniques and strategies for professional development that they were using in their own schools. It was phenomenal. It was a huge success. The teachers who came loved it and could not stop raving about their experience. Let's see, and all we really did was give them 6 hours of talking with each other. That's all teachers really want in the end. To us, it was proof that teachers really are hungry for professional development that respects them as professional practitioners, because most professional development does not do that. One of our participants very soon after told us that Edcamp had ruined him for all other forms of professional development, which he found out when he had to go to a district workshop 2 days later. Almost as an afterthought, we created a wiki, which is a kind of freely editable web page. And we put up all of the information that we knew, things that we had learned about putting on the event, about organizing the event. We had to learn things like insurance and finding food and getting people to pay for it because we wanted it to be free for the teachers. And then we shared it out to people, and we just said simply, we had a great day. You might think that this is pretty cool too. Check out what we did. Ask us any questions that you want. We're here to help. A month later, somebody in Virginia put on their own Edcamp. And then a month after that, somebody else did a night camp. So by the end of 2010, we had an average of 1 Edcamp a month. We had 8 Edcamps, going from New Hampshire down to Florida and over to Kansas City. By the time we got to Edcamp Philly in 2011, by May, we were up to 21 total Edcamp events, some now going out to California and in Canada even. That's when things got crazy, because over the course of the next year, we hit over 100 total events. And that means, and not just in North America now. We've spread since to Santiago, Chile, Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, Hong Kong, and Sweden, which the Swedes love Edcamp. They've had 5 events so far, and they have another one coming up in another month or so. It's phenomenal. If you'd like to check out Edcamp for yourself, there are actually a lot of events coming up in the area. There's going to be one in Massachusetts pretty soon. Burlington, where I teach, actually hosts morning Edcamps every Tuesday during the summer. There are events happening in New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire as well. All of those are by November. Some of them are actually even in the next week. So you can go check out our wiki and look at the schedule to see if it's something you're interested in. The sky's really the limit for Edcamp these days. We've been featured in professional journals, the Washington Post, and we even have our own rap by vocabulary.
Welcome to Edcamp. We're glad you made it. And when it's done, you'll be glad you participated. There's no set schedule. You get to plan it. That's because we don't take your time for granted.
We have radically changed the meaning of professional development for thousands of teachers around the world. But if you're going to take one lesson from the Edcamp story, it's not the stupendous growth we've had. It's not even that teachers want better professional development, because we already knew that. No, the big idea to this story is that there are no big ideas until you share them with other people. Because we shared this and created a community of people that cared about our idea as much as we did, Edcamp grew bigger and faster and more interesting because of what the other people did with our idea, not just us. So here's my challenge to you. Share your ideas with the world. You're wasting your time and you're wasting other people's time by not sharing your great ideas. Do you have an amazing lesson that you've created? Yes. Why are you keeping it to yourself? You could share that with the world, and other teachers could use that with their students. Or they could even radically redesign it and improve it for you. And that's awesome. And then we have an even bigger problem. Public education is under blistering barrage of criticism these days. So why aren't you sharing the great stuff that you're doing in your school with the world? Combat misinformation with information. Nobody's going to be able to say that you aren't doing your job when you can point to a YouTube video that says you most certainly are, and that you're doing a damn good job on top of that. So if you've got a great idea, share it with others. You never know, you might just change thousands of lives. I'm Dan Callahan. Thanks for listening.
Welcome everybody to the Edcamp. Yeah, it's vocabulary D to the D. It's the Edcamp. We're about to brainstorm at the Edcamp. Teachers, whoever you are, y'all the Edcamp. This is where you get to be the star. Flowcap.